Hello denizens of the internet, this is Kira Una coming to you today with another tutorial. Now, for those of you who are just getting into sewing, for those of you who are just purchasing or possibly receiving your first sewing machine, there are some maintenance things that you need to take care of when you're going to go in and sew. Today we're going to be focusing on how to go about cleaning your machine so you don't run into any nasty bunching or any birds nesting because the undercarriage of your machine, and especially under the feed dogs, is full of fluff. So without further ado, let's get into it. Now, before we actually get into the tutorial, I would like to take a moment to remind any of you experienced sewists out there that this is your friendly reminder. It's probably a good time to clean out your machine, because if you're just as guilty as I am, sometimes you forget about it for a few projects and then it gets full of dust and some fluffies or lint, and then you run into problems because you forgot to change out your needle and it just gets bunchy and then you're swearing and having to grab the seam ripper. That's your friendly reminder. Now let's get into it. First things first is that you will need some bare bones basic tools to do some of the maintenance on your machine, such as standard screwdrivers. There may also be a few spots where you may need a Phillips screwdriver, but we won't be using that type today on my specific machine. You'll also need some screwdrivers that are shorter than others to get access under the needle arm of your machine. Now, you'll also want a variety of brushes that are either stiff or soft bristled, depending on the use. The stiff ones are typically for grabbing lint, and the soft bristled ones I use are for dabbing oil where it's needed in those really hard to reach spots. You will also want a light machine oil that's specific for sewing machines, as you'll need it to oil your machine regularly in order to keep it clean and also to keep the important parts lubricated for proper function. I use these squeezy tubes, but I also use this little glass vial that I refill from a bigger bottle for ease of access and for dipping my brush into to oil my machine. You may also want a pair of tweezers, which is handy during regular use, either to dislodge loose threads or to even help you in your day-to-day use to feed really close fabric to the needle under the presser foot so you don't accidentally stitch a finger. I also use this teeny tiny crochet hook for digging out fluff from around tight spots that a brush won't reach. With most machines, you can use the oil itself to clean off your machine to remove dirt and grime. It's best that you wipe it down again afterwards with a soft cloth or a paper towel to remove the excess oil so it doesn't stain your cloth that you're working with later. This is especially important to use oil only to clean and dust older machines, as you don't want to use a harsh chemical as it can damage your machine's finish. Now we'll slide that storage compartment off to get access to the bobbin. This door opens up access to the bobbin casing, the shuttle hook, and all the other components that all need cleaning out. You'll want to pull the bobbin and bobbin casing out and oil and clean the bobbin casing out by using some oil on your oiling brush to give it a bit of a wipe down, and then remove the excess oil with a paper towel or a soft cloth. Also, make sure that you take a stiff brush and then dust around the compartment to remove all the lint, the loose threads, and fluff. Next, you'll want to remove the shuttle hook. If your machine looks like mine, which is an extremely common configuration, those black clips can be pushed to the side so you can remove the bracket and the shuttle hook to pull those pieces out. Then, dust out the shuttle hook, give it a light oiling, and wipe it down if it's needed. Then, once your shuttle hook is taken out, make sure you give everything a dusting, a light oiling, and a wipe down if it's needed. Next, you'll want to remove the throat plate by unscrewing it and giving that a good wipe down. This will expose all of the fluff underneath the feed dogs, which also needs to be brushed out. Now, don't do what I've done here and make sure that you remove the needle first before attempting to clean your machine, and make sure that your machine is off before that you do so, as you don't want to accidentally press on the pedal and then get a finger caught and hurt yourself. Then give any other moving parts a good oiling and wipe it down as best as you can, leaving any necessary oil to keep the moving parts lubricated. Put the shuttle hook back in place with the bracket. Clip those black clips back into place on the shuttle hook bracket. Put the throat plate back on and tighten it down with your screwdriver. Put the bobbin and bobbin case back in the machine. Rethread your machine, preferably with a fresh needle. And you're good to go. Thank you all for joining me today on this cleaning adventure. If you happen to like what you see, or if you would like to pass the information along, please share, like, subscribe, comment. I am taking questions for a couple of maintenance things. I will try to answer you as best as I can. If I don't know the answer, I will try and find one for you. And this can be on any sewing topic in any of my videos as best as I can describe it in the comment section. So don't be afraid to come out and ask me a few questions. With that said, this has been Kira Una's DIY, and I will see you all next time. Bye for now.